The history of the United States of America is a compelling narrative of colonization, revolution, expansion, and industrialization, eventually leading to its emergence as a global superpower. The land that became the U.S. was inhabited for millennia by various Native American tribes. European colonization began in the late 15th century with explorers like Christopher Columbus in 1492. However, the modern history of the nation largely traces back to the establishment of the 13 colonies along the east coast of North America by the Kingdom of Great Britain, beginning notably with Jamestown, Virginia in 1607 and the Pilgrim settlement at Plymouth in 1620. These colonies developed distinct economies, with the southern colonies relying heavily on a plantation system sustained by the forced labor of millions of enslaved Africans. Tensions between the colonies and Great Britain grew in the 1760s and 1770s, primarily over issues of taxation without parliamentary representation. This conflict escalated into the American Revolutionary War in 1775. The Second Continental Congress formally declared the colonies' independence by issuing the Declaration of Independence on July 4, 1776, proclaiming the ideals of liberty and equality. Led by General George Washington, the colonists eventually defeated the British, securing international recognition of U.S. sovereignty in 1783. The U.S. Constitution was ratified in 1788, establishing a federal republic and a stronger central government. George Washington became the nation's first president in 1789. The 19th century was marked by dramatic westward expansion, driven by the concept of manifest destiny. This territorial growth often involved conflict and the displacement of Native American populations. The enduring issue of slavery, however, created a deep sectional divide, eventually culminating in the American Civil War, 1861 to 1865, between the Union, North, and the Confederate States, South. The Union victory led to the abolition of slavery nationwide. Following the Civil War and the period of Reconstruction, the U.S. rapidly industrialized and became a leading economic power. Involvement in World War I and particularly World War II solidified its status as a global leader. The post-World War II era saw the nation locked in the Cold War rivalry with the Soviet Union, defining much of its foreign policy. Domestically, the mid-20th century was a time of significant social change, notably with the civil rights movement, fighting for racial equality. Today, the U.S. remains a diverse, influential nation, continually grappling with its historical legacies and modern challenges.